Hello, Klaus here, and welcome back to yet another video. In today's video, I want to do another commercial-like shot like I did with the Donut commercial not too long ago. And today I want to do a product video, a retro product video with this product. And this is, if you do not know this is a DVD. And if you do not know what this is, I'm just getting too old and that's just the way it is, I guess. So I'm going to do a product with this DVD, the Hobo with a Shotgun. If you have not seen this, this is a brilliant, great, bad movie. And with Rutger Hauer at his finest, I must say, the man who taught me how to drink coffee. So anyway, whoa. Anyway, we're going to do a product with this using the green screen behind me, just a small little project. So let's get right to it and I will talk to you along the way as usually. Let's go. Okay, so here we are with the setup. The green screen is a paper green screen. You could also use like a foldable green screen if you wanted to. That would work out just as well. I am using the digital photo Chameleon tube light right here. That is set only to lighten up the background, and then I have a big softbox diffusion mainly aimed at our subject, the fantastic Hobo with a Shotgun. And then I have a Aputure MC light over here doing a bit of yellow color onto the DVD itself, and I'm shooting everything here on the Ursa Mini 4.6K. That is just rigged up normally with a 35mm lens to do a pretty tight shot on this. And on top of the DVD, or underneath the DVD, we have two glasses to make it a little bit higher. And then I have a Lazy Susan here. And this can be bought on Amazon for nearly nothing. And it's of course not a motorized one. I have one, but I thought it would be more fun to use this one here. So now we can make the turning here of our product, which I think is quite nice. Okay, so let's just start shooting this thing, shall we? Let's just push record here and let's do this as smooth as possible. Okay. Let's go. Okay, so that's it for the shooting part of this video. So let's go into the editing suite, into Davinci Resolve, and try to make this shot look a lot better. Let's go. Okay, so first off, I have here my clip. And my setup, of course, gave me some issues, of course, because the glass elements here, I could have used something else. Perhaps I could have used something which were green, so it would be easier to key out. Anyway, I did take the clip and I did split it for later purposes. So what I first off did was I did do a color correction, and I did that inside of the inspector here. Because this was a Blackmagic RAW clip, I changed this to Gen 5 and did some basic settings. After that, I went into the color tab. So the first thing I did in here was I did use the qualifier. And as you see, per default, the qualifier is set to HSL, but if you change it to 3D, you can actually just make a line and it will key out the green for you. And I can also push D-Spell, which will help a bunch. The second thing I did was I did a mask, and the way I did the mask was that actually I went to the end of the clip, went into my mask property, used a curved mask and draw a shape around that, then going into the tracker, and because this is a spinning around, it wasn't possible to actually track it. So the way I did this was I pushed frame here, and that set out the first mask, and then I just used the arrow keys on my keyboard, going frame by frame, and then, you know, I just went frame by frame and moving the different masks around. After doing all of that, and it did take quite a little bit of time, I went over here at the graph, right-clicked, and added an alpha out, which is actually this blue point, and then I just dragged this here. So now we have this in our timeline. So let's continue. So now this is what we have. So I want to do a speed ramp on the video here. So I'm just going to right click, and then I'll go up to retime control, and I'm going to have this retime control. So the way this works is I'm just going to split like this. Then I'm going to, in here, I'm going to add in a speed point. And here I am going to add in another speed point. And then I can just make things way faster in between these 2 points. So now we have this. And that's what I want. So I have this. There we go. So that's super cool. That's absolutely what we want. Just going to click here to close that down. Now I'm going to push Alt, and I'm just going to drag down, and I'm going to do a copy of this thing. And what I want to do here is I'm going to select the bottom clip, and then I'm going to go over here to the inspector and into the video, and I'm just going to flip the image so we have a duplicate of it. And then I'm going to position this a little bit differently. I'm going to drag this a little bit down like here, I think. I'm then going to put in a keyframe, and then I'm just going to go to the end of my clip. And at the end of my clip, I want it to be right here. So now we have this. Okay, and then I just want to go in again at the end of the clip, go into the composite mode, and I'm just going to take the opacity and I'm going to drag that really, really far down so we have this reflection here. And then I'm going to right click, I'll go up to new compound clip, and I'm just going to call this reflect. And create. So this is what we have now. What I want to do now is I'm going to go back a frame. I'm going to zoom in a bit, and then I am just going to make a cut right here. And then I'm going to select this clip, and then I can go up to the inspector, and I'll go down to speed, and I'm going to freeze frame this. So now we have a freeze frame, and I'm going to do the exact same thing for the bottom. I'm going to freeze frame that. And then we can take the last frame here and just extend that out as long as we want. Like that. So now we have it. So I'm going to again push the top one, and I'm going to go into the position, going to put in a keyframe. I'll go in like so, and then I am going to move, and then I'm going to move the position like so, and I'll do the same for the bottom one. I'll again move the position, put in a keyframe, and go to the beginning, and again add in this to the right position. So now we have this. So the basic idea is that I want some text to come here. For, let's say, put in a mark, and then let's draw, let's say we want some text to be around here. So we can always change this later if we want. Then we are going to go to here in time. I'm going to push in the keyframe. And I'll go down to the bottom and I'll do the same thing. Then I'm going to go in like here or something. And then I am going to change the position to the middle. Back here, and I'll go to the top layer and I'll do the same thing. Like that. So now we have this. Exactly what I want. And then I am going to extend the clip just a little further, like so, and I'm going to take the mark I did and I'm just going to move that to here. Okay, so now this is what we have. This is the length of my video. So now we want to add in some stuff, of course. And I thought this is a, grindhouse film. It's filled with the dirt and smoke and stuff like that. So I thought it would be interesting to add in some smoke. There's a couple of ways we could do that. The easy way, and I think we're going to do the easy way today, is we'll go up to the media pool and then I actually have a smoke here. I'm just going to drag that down and I'm going to close down the media pool. So the easy way is to use smoke like this, which I'm going to. If you don't have that, you can actually use the fast noise in Fusion. And if you want to see how that works, you can go up right here in the corner, up in the card, and have a look at that. But for this video, we'll do it the easy way. So first off, I'm just going to take my smoke and I'm going to put that on top of everything. Then I'm going to do a cut and I'm going to delete the rest. So now we have this. I'll select the smoke, and in the clip itself, we are going to go into the composite mode, and I'm going to change that to screen, which is here. So now we have this fog overlay here, or smoke overlay, but this is covering up everything, and that's not necessarily what I want. So actually I am going to duplicate my smoke layer here by pushing Alt and drag. I'm just going to drag that out, and then I am going to drag this one layer down. Actually, I'll just highlight all of those and drag those one up. I'm going to push D on the top smoke because I want to see the other. So here we have, so now actually the smoke layer is in the back, and now this is more visible. But of course I have the top layer as well, so I want to do something with the top layer. I'm just going to push D again to show that. Then I'm going to right click and I'm just going to change the color of the clip to, let's say, orange. And I do this because it's way easier when I go to the color page to actually find that right clip, because I have two identical clips here. So what I want to do is I'm going to go into the mask, and I'm going to go into the curves, and I'm just going to zoom out a bit, and I'm going to draw a shape, let's say something like this, perhaps. Something like that. And then I'll go into the transforms of the mask, and I'm going to put in some inside here and the outside, and then I am going to feather this very much. Again, what I then want to do up here, I'm going to right click, I'm going to add in an alpha out, and I'm going to add that in right here. So now we're adding in this smoke layer. So let's have a look at what we have. Okay, so let's move on. I want to add in some text at the point we have right here, you know, when the cover gets moved to the side. So I am going to move up the front smoke layer one video layer, and then I'm going to add in a font. So I'll just go to the effects library, go into titles, and I'm just going to add in a text plus. I think that could be nice. Okay, so first off, we are just going to go into the inspector, and we'll go into the titles, and we're going to write a thing here. So let's do that. Let's write bad ass perfect. Like that. Badass perfect. Because that's what we think this movie is. So we're going to change the color, and I think it would be fitting this pretty well if we change the color to something like the DVD here. So we're just going to go in here, pick a color, and I'm just going to click on that, and I'm going to say okay. Here we have the color change now. And then we can, of course, reposition our text here. And we are also going to change the font. So let's see what we have to work with. Maybe this looks nice, so we're going to use that. I'm going to size it down a bit. Okay, we don't have our brackets in that font, so we are going to take something else. Again, a good thing about the Davinci Resolve 17 or the update for that is we can actually preview our fonts just by running or scrolling down here. I want to have like some kind of a pretty fat font, so perhaps this, or maybe we'll just take this sense here, take this one, take this font here. And let's go into our shading, and I know that I want to have a drop shadow on, so I know if I go to number 3 here and push enable, we're going to have a drop shadow on. Also, I can change the properties here like that. I'll go back to number 1 and I'll change it like this. Perhaps maybe. Yeah, I think we'll keep it like this. It has to be pretty simple anyways. Okay, so we want the text to kind of push the video aside. So we'll do that, of course, by going into the settings here and use keyframes. So first up, we are at this particular time. This is our position of our text. I'll go up to our keyframes, and I'm just going to add in a keyframe. Then I'll go to the beginning, and I'm just going to position this out here. So now we have this thing, and we might want to be a little more precise with this, because I want it to be faster in. Like that, maybe something like that. That looks good. Badass perfect. And then of course we want the text to be pushed out again. It starts to move here. So again, with the text selected, I'm going to put in a keyframe again. I'm going to go 1 frame forward. Like that. And now there's movement, so I'll just start pushing like this. And again, I'm just doing this frame by frame. So let's see if this will look good. Like that. Yeah, that's good enough for jazz. Maybe we want to add in some a statement more, and the way we could do that, of course, is just again to move the smoke layer a tab up, and then I'm just going to duplicate the text we just did. And I'm going into the title again, and I'm going to change the thing. So we're going to write another. Let's write it will. And I also have to change the T here because I want to have big letters. Rock. It will roll. That's a lot of case. Rock your world. So this is the second title we have. And actually we can just take our second title by pushing this thing, and we can put it down here. So let's see. And of course now this is doing a transition we don't want. So I'm going into the settings, and I'm going to reset the positions of it all. And I'm just going to do this one more time. Again, going to position my second text. And I think I want to do text like that. It rock your world. Maybe something like that. Okay. And then again, I am going to go in at this particular point. And I'm going to go into the settings, going to put in a keyframe on the position, and then I'll just go to the where it needs to be. Doing this super quickly. Again, going back, this needs to be out, so now we have this. And at this point in time, I am going to put in another keyframe. I'll go frame by frame. So when this starts to move, this starts to move. And again, I'll just do so it follows the other. Like that. So now we have this. That is absolutely what we want now. So now we have some text. We have a spin-in. We have some text being visible. And text going out. And I want to actually end up my commercial here with a shot. So I am going to cut the two layers here yet again. And what I want to do now is I want to take this we have right here, putting in a keyframe at the position, at the zoom, and also at the rotation. And then I'm going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames. And I am then going to go again underneath here, and I'm also going to five frames. So I have this 5 frames in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll do the same here. For the bottom one, I'm going to put into the zoom, the position, and the rotation. Again, going 1, 2, 3, 4, again going 5 frames, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 frames, going to the top. And here I am going to change everything up. So I want this to be like, wait, away. I want the position and the rotation to be like something like that. I'm going to go 5 frames in again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to push my reflection, pushing that back, and then the angle at 107, something like that. Doesn't really matter. So now I have this movement back. This is going to be the end of my commercial, and I'll show you what we're going to do in just 1 second. So now this is what we have. Okay, so the last thing we are going to do are going to require that we tidy up our general layers a little bit. So first off, I'm going to take the 3 bottom layers. Actually, if I zoom out, it's a little bit easier. So I'm going to take the 3 bottom layers, which is the movement of the DVD, the shadow, and the bottom smoke, and I'm going to do this into a new compound clip. We're just going to call this back. I'm going to push create. So now we have a back going on here in 1 compound clip. Also, I want to change the 2 text, so I'm also going to put this into a new compound clip. I'm going to call this text, like that, because I actually want to change the position of my text, so this is a little easier to do that. I want it to be around here, I think. That's way better. So that is an easier way of just changing the text, since it is a text on a black background. Okay, and now I want to tidy up my shot a bit, so I'm going to go over here at the side, right click, and I'm going to delete empty tracks. I'm just going to take the tracks I have here and move those downwards. So now we have this in 3 layers instead, like that. And that. So I have the a mark here, and that is almost the right spot. I'm just going to put in a mark here. And now we need to add in some stuff. And my basic idea is I want to do some kind of a gunshot here on the DVD. So I'll go into my media pool, and I have a couple of different assets, and you can find these a lot of places on the internet, so I'm sure you'll figure it out. So I'm going to put in, like, let's take this as a wall hit. I'm going to have that right here, and I'm going to go into the blend mode. I'm going to change this into screen, so we'll move the black, and we have the effect right here. I'm just going to put it in here somewhere. Then I want to put in I actually want to put in some firecrackers as well. Have those here. Again, going in and just changing the composite mode or blend mode to screen to remove the black background. And we are going for a, again, if this is selected, it's so much easier to reposition. We'll go with the over the top look. We're going to call this. So now we have this, and I'm going to make this really over the top, making this way bigger. Also, I'm going to make the gun hole bigger itself. Maybe there'll be a hit here, something like that. And let's continue this craziness. Also going to do a powder hit, which I have here, which is of course yet again to make this way over the top. Again, I'm going to make this to a screen. And I want the powder hit here to start a little earlier. So we have and of course my clip isn't that long, so I'm going to adjust this to the length because it will just fade out to black. So now we have this. Or actually, we could just let it, fade out like that. We can just make the clip a little bit longer. So we're going to, like that. Okay. And also, I want to add in the cork hit, and now it's going to be the last one because this is going to be way over the top now. Okay, that is going to be the last one. We're just going to again put this in here, and now what I actually want is I want to extend the smoke layers so they will fit to the end of this video, and the way I'm doing that would be to go into the back here, right click, and I'm going to open in timeline, and here we have the timeline itself, and we're just going to rack the smoke so it'll be longer, going down here and going back. And now I should be able to take my back layer and drag that. And I'm going to do the same for the top layer because that is still here. So now we have this. And actually it could be a little longer. And then I'm just going to bump fading out to black like that. So now this is the end. So that is a lot of crazy layers again to make things a little bit easier. Now everything is in. I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Is to select all of the clips we have, right click, and then I do a new compound clip. So we are just going to call this DVD commercial final. And I don't know about you, but this calling your projects final is a very bad idea, but we all continue to do that. So here we have the final one. So I just realized doing the editing of this video that this has become a pretty long video, and I actually wanted to make a short video, but that is too late now. So instead of going through the steps I usually would do is sound design music and giving it a grungy look, I'm just going to show you the final result instead. So in 1 second I'll show you the video Hobo with a Shotgun product video DVD shot. Just want to add in that I'm using some VHS layer in the final product, and if you want to have those, you can go down in the description below. There's a link to the free pack I have, and also some other stuff is available for free there. So again, here is the final result with sound effects and all of that good stuff. Hope you enjoy.
Rutger Hauer in Hobo with a Shotgun. It's badass perfect. It will rock your world. Out now.
So that was a look at the final product video. Hope you found this video useful. If you did, please hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, share it with your friends if you think it would help them out, and if you want to be notified every time there's a new video on this channel, please hit that bell icon down in the corner. Until next time, keep filming, keep learning, and keep sharing.